For the second time this year, Konami introduces a brand new Legendary Dex set to which they believe will have an impact on the current meta. But the question is, does it really? Well, we are about to find out because Konami has introduced not one, not two, not three, but 4 brand new cards for that set. And I know that on Threads, I posted on Threads saying that Konami introduced 3 new cards. That was a mistake. It's actually 4 cards. So I do humbly apologize, but excuse me. With that being said, not only are we going to be discussing the new cards in this set, but we will also be unveiling the entire set list of this brand new set known as the Legendary Arc 5 Dex. And the first new card will be Speedroid Darumanagar? I'm probably butchering the name, but I believe that's how it's pronounced. I believe it's being pronounced as Darumanagar. But there we go. And yes, apparently it'll be one of the secret rares in the set. Excuse me. And it is a 4-star Wind Machine Tuner with 200 attack, 1600 defense, and the effects read as follows. If this card is in your hand, you can send 1 Speedroid card from your deck to the grave, except another copy of this card, special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except for wind monsters. If this card is sent from the field to the grave, you can add 1 Speedroid spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Then, if you control a clear wing monster, you can destroy 1 monster on the field. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay. Excuse me. So this is essentially a Cyber Dragon Spell Trap Rhoda with the cost of having to discard a card from your hand, which typically with Speedroids, typically you would want to discard, I believe it's Takatomborg. So that way you would be able to have a way to summon it back, to summon the card back to your board, and you could just combo off from there. Personally, I've never worked with Speedroids before, so I don't know. I don't know exactly how the deck operates, but I do know that excuse me, that with both of the effects, not only can you Sidra this card out, but if this card gets sent from the field to the grave. So for example, let's say this card gets used as the material to summon out, I'll say Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Let's just say that. Because it got sent to the grave from the field, not only would you be able to add a spell or trap to your hand, but because of that you have a Clear Wind monster on board, by using this card as the material, you're also allowed to pop a monster on the field, which typically you're gonna end up breaking your opponent's board. So if you pop one of their key components, if you pop one of their deck's key components, excuse me, essentially the whole deck just goes down, which is exactly what you want. Next up, we've got Lunalight Scarlet Tiger. So yeah, so Speedroid, Lunalight, and Odd Eyes all are getting new support in these decks, which is awesome. But I've got a feeling that out of all three, Lunalight might just be the deck that essentially takes over the meta because of how powerful a lot of their cards are, including Yellow Martin, and there was one other one, and I think it was the one that searches. I could be wrong. I don't know which one that one is, but anyway, 5-star Dark Beast Warrior with 1900 attack, 1500 defense, and the effects read as follows. If you activate a Lunalight monster's effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then, if you activate this effect during the turn your opponent activated a card or effect, you can add one polymerization from your deck or grave to your hand. If this card is sent to the grave by card effect, you can special summon one Lunalight monster from your face-up extra deck or grave, except a level 5 monster, but it cannot activate its effects. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, so just off of the first effect alone, right? Let's say for example, you activate your Lunalight monster's effect to I'll say summon a monster from the graveyard. Let's just say that. Your opponent activates Ghost Spell, then you chain I'll say call by the grave, and then you chain I'll say one of your Lunalight Fusion monsters effects, right? Let's say you chain that. Then now you can chain Scarlet Tiger's effect, Sidra this card out, and add polymerization to your hand. Then the rest of the chain resolves, and now off of Scarlet Tiger's effect, you're now able to start up a brand new chain and essentially just combo off from there. And because you would use Tiger as a fusion material for a fusion summon. Now that basically gives you two summons in a singular second, which is absolutely insane. And because that Ghost Spell would no longer be available for the opponent to chain the Tiger 2, now your opponent, now you can just combo off and just go off from there. I will be right back. Something just came up. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I will be right back. Alright, you guys, sorry about that. I am back. My apologies. A little bit of a personal matter, but that's neither here nor there. Let us move on. So, Scarlet Tiger definitely gonna play a huge factor in the current meta, because I know that there are several variants of the Lunalight deck that have made a huge impact on the format, especially within the last 7 to 10 years or so. Excuse me, because I know that the Lunalight deck did top a couple of YCSs over the years. Excuse me, so definitely going to be interesting. Next up is Odd Eyes Soul Blaze Dragon, which is an 8-star Light Dragon Synchro tuner. Who would have ever thought that it would be a tuner? Oh yeah, I forgot. We've had that before. We've had level 8 dragon tuners in the past. If you don't believe me, well, here's an idea for you. The one and only life stream dragon, which is an 8-star dragon tuner. And this is part of a stack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that feature the Dark Signers, and then of course the Signers themselves. I'm planning to do a video, or rather a series of videos, regarding the battle between the Signers and the Dark Signers. However, it is gonna take me some time because I still have to watch the 5D's anime. It's gonna be a while, but when that series does come to pass, this will be, I believe that this will be a 7-part series. I believe it might be a little bit. It might be a little more than that. I might make it a 10-part series. I'm not entirely sure, but it's definitely gonna be a series of videos that you don't want to miss. So I will be announcing it either on my Threads page or here on YouTube on my community tab, which I have not posted anything on the community tab in a while. So yeah. But anyway, moving on. Moving on. Soul Blaze Dragon, 8-star Light Dragon Synchro Tuner, 2000 attack, 2500 defense, and requires a tuner and one or more non-tuners. The effects read as follow. If this card is special summon, you can special summon a face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck, but you cannot special summon except pendulum monsters while you control that face-up monster. If this card is in your grave, you can banish 2 other monsters, Fusion Synchro Exceeds Pendulum, from your graveyard, special summon this card. You can only use one effect per turn and only once that turn. So obviously both of its effects are a hard once per turn. And what I find so unique about this card is that you can pair this off with I think Excel Synchron, I think is the name, where you can lower the level of Soul Blaze Dragon by a certain amount of levels, and you'd be able to use this as a way to summon out bigger bodies, which is actually kind of insane. Low key, if I'm being honest, I can see a pendulum deck being mixed with a Stardust deck. I could totally see it. But as far as how the deck would look, that remains to be seen. And then obviously too, this also acts as a Monster Reborn for itself. So it's I have a feeling that this card might make pen decks a bit better, but I doubt it. But only time will tell. That brings us to the final card of the video, and it is known as Odd Eyes Override Dragon, which is a Light Dragon Link 3 with 2500 attack, and its arrows are bottom left, bottom right. And of course, 2 or more monsters, including a pendulum. The effects read as follow. You can target one other card you control, destroy it, and if you do, draw 1 card. During your turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you can discard 1 card and negate that effect. You can only use each of the preceding effects of this card once per turn. If you destroyed a Pendulum monster card by this card's first effect during your main phase this turn, you can conduct one Pendulum summon of a Perform Pal monster, Magician Pendulum monster, and or Odd Eyes monster in addition to your normal Pendulum summon. You can only gain this effect once per turn. This reminds me a lot of oh my god, oh my god, what's that one monster? Triple D Sky King Abyss Ragnarok, I think it's called. Where wait, no. Sky King Zeus, I believe is the name. The new Link 3 that we got in Doom of Dimensions a little over a year ago, where you're allowed to conduct a second pendulum summon in addition to your normal pen summon, which is actually kind of insane because this can give you an extra chance to re-establish your board, which is insane. But now we move into the full set list of this brand new set. So we are going to start with the Speedroid deck, and if I'm being honest, they did the same thing that they did with the Legendary Modern decks and the Legendary 5Ds decks, where they basically reprinted every single meta staple that's in the current format. So in the Speedroid deck, you get one copy of Effect Veiler, you get 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird, 3 Speedroid Terratop, 1 Double Yo-Yo, 3 Talkie Tomborg, 1 Red Eye Dice, 1 Den Daiko Duke, 1 copy of Ash Blossom, 3 Marble Machine, 2 Nibiru, 2 Card Turbo, 1 Ultra Hound, 1 Mole Charming Fualos, 2 Speedroid Wing Synchron, 2 copies of the new monster that I just talked about, Daruma Knocker, 2 Recovery, 1 Call By, 1 Triple Tactics Talent, 3 Speedroid Wheel, 3 Speedroid Scratch, 2 Infinite Impermanence, 1 Duplicate, Speedroid Clear Wing Wonder, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, High Speedroid Chambara, Hagoida, Stardust Charge Warrior, which makes no sense whatsoever, High Speedroid Puzzle, Clear Wing Fast Dragon, High Speedroid Kite Drake, High Speedroid Cork Shooter, Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, High Speedroid Clear Wing Rider, Crystal Clear Wing Over Synchro Dragon, High Speedroid Glider number 2, High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter, actually 2 copies of it actually. So yeah, the Lunar Light deck, Effect Veiler, 3 copies of Black Sheep, 1 Wolf, 1 Tiger, 2 Kaleido Chick, 1 Ash Blossom, 1 Emerald Bird, 1 Yellow Martin, 1 Tri-Brigade Fractal, 1 Mole Charming Meowls, 3 Gold Leo, 3 Silverhound, 1 Scarlet Tiger, 1 Polymerization, 1 Foolish Burial, 3 Fire Formation Tenki, 2 Lunar Light Perfume, Foolish Burial Goods, Call by the Grave, Lunar Light Fusion, Crossout Designator, Triple Tactics Talent, Pot of Prosperity, Triple Tactics Thrust, Heavy Polymerization, 3 Masquerade, 1 Impermanence, 1 Serenade Dance, 1 Black Goat Laughs, 1 Cat Dancer, 1 Panther Dancer, 2 Leo Dancer, 1 Saber Dancer, 2 Liger Dancer, 2 Perfume Dancer, a Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, Outer Entity Nyarla, Time Thief Redoer, Salmon Grey Almirage, Cross Sheep, and SP Little Knight. The Odd Eyes deck: 2 Droll Lockbird, 1 Pendulum Sorcerer, 3 Skullcrobat Joker, 3 Monkey Board, Odd Eyes Persona Dragon, Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon, Astrograph Sorcerer, Ash Blossom, Odd Eyes Dissolver, Odd Eyes Synchron, Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. 3 of them. 3 Arc Pendulum Dragon. Let's see here. 3 copies of Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. Odd Eyes Butler, Odd Eyes Valet, Before Pal Gentrude, Before Pal Lady Ange. 3 copies of Before Pal Odd Eyes Seer, 1 Mold Charming Perulia, 3 Sky Iris, Call by the Grave, 3 copies of Pre-My Lordly Load, 2 Roar, 2 Drill Beam, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, Cross Angel, Odd Eyes Soul Blaze Dragon, Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, Absolute Dragon, Ragey Dragon, Rebellion Overlord Dragon, Rebellion Dragon Overlord, Raiders Knight, Arc Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, IP Masquerena, Axis Kotarger with the alternate arm, Beyond the Pendulum, Exceed the Pendulum, SP Little Knight, and Odd Eyes Override Dragon. And the variant cards, which will basically be the Secret and the Starlight Rares, will be Speedroy Terror Top, Taketomborg, the Knocker, Stardust Charge Warrior, Cork Shooter, High Speed Warrior Clearwing Rider, Lunalight, Black Sheep, Yellow Martin, Scarlet Tiger, Masquerade, Liger Dancer, Perfume Dancer, Before Pal Monkey Board, Odd Eye Seer, Sky Iris, Soul Blaze Dragon, Beyond the Pendulum, and Odd Eyes Override Dragon. So here's the question that I want to ask. Between the 5D's decks, the modern decks, and this set, which one is considered the better one? Honestly, it's hard to say because all 3 sets have their own unique charm, right? Like when you look at the legendary 5D's decks, there's a lot of really good, really excellent Edison staples, such as Blackwing Vayu, the emblem of honor, Miracle Fertilizer. I think Lone Fire Blossom, Blackwing Armor Master, Black Garden. There's a lot of really good Edison staples, and even also cards like Book of Moon, and I think Forbidden Chalice is also in there. Is also an Edison staple. I could be wrong, but I think that's also the case. So you got a lot of really good Edison staples that basically the sole reason behind the 5D decks was to cater to not only the players that prefer to play modern Yu-Gi-Oh, but also cater to those who prefer to play Edison, such as myself. The modern decks, it only focused on the players who prefer to play modern Yu-Gi-Oh, and then the Arc 5 decks. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of really good, really excellent staples in the in the legendary Arc 5 decks. But when you really look at it, nothing really pales in comparison to the 5D stacks, solely because of that fact, right? Like it caters to it. It reminds me so much of the rarity collection sets that we've gotten over the last couple of years, where every single set, from the first Rarity Collection to Quarter Century Stampede, Quarter Century Bonanza, and Rarity Collection 5, they all cater to the players who prefer to play older formats, whether it's Go format, Half format, Redo format, Edison format, or even also Tengu format, whatever. It caters to them. Where, as opposed to, I think, Rated Collection 5, it's the only the only set that caters to mostly modern players, and there aren't a whole lot of Edison staples in that set. Like I know that MST is one, Trap Dust Shoot is the only other one, and that's pretty much it. That's it. So when you really think about it, all three have their own unique charm, but it's hard to really answer that question properly, because all three have pretty much every single meta staple that's in the format. But to be honest, those staples, those meta staples, they've been reprinted so many times. You could buy a secret rare copy of Triple Tactics Talent for like $10. Like, I could go on TCG Player right now on my phone. Well, my backup phone. And I could show you that Triple Tactics Talent, the original print, was from Rise of the Duelist. You could literally buy, if you were to buy it near mint, a near mint condition copy, you're looking at literally like $7, $8. You're looking at least $10. At least $10. Which is absolutely insane. You could buy a copy of Triple Tactics Thrust for approximately the exact same amount. And the original print, I believe, was indeed Photon Hypernova. Yeah. Near mint. Near mint for like $3. Literally, $3. Even a copy of Ash Blossom from Maximum Crisis, the original print, Secret Rare went for almost like $80, close to $100, just for one copy. Now, it's only like $3 to $7 for a common, which is insane. So, if I really had to pick, personally, I would say the five D's decks, because of the fact that I'm an Edison player. But I mean, again, they all three have their own unique charm. But I do want to get your guys' opinion. Let me know which legendary decks is the better one: 5Ds, Modern, or Arc 5. Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, if you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ats will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.